folks, it's Patriot Nurse, and in today's segment we are going to talk about the 3 ways to swaddle baby. Of course, there are probably more than 3 ways, but I'm just going to show you the 3 that I'm most familiar and comfortable with. So the first question on a lot of people's minds is, why swaddle? Why do we need to swaddle? Don't babies like being free and moving their arms about? Well, the answer to the question really lies in what the baby has been most comfortable with up until his birth. Babies in utero are very squinched and their quarters are tight and they are very, very snug. So when they're born, it's important for their own calming and for their warmth also, it's important to keep them swaddled. One of the common things that I hear people say is, I could never do this to my child. I could never wrap them up so tight. It impedes their self-expression and their free movement. And my response to that is, what exactly do you think they've been doing for the past 9 months? Do you think they've been sprawling out and moving around like this? No, they've been very, very well flexed and kept in close quarters. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to swaddle. 3 methods here that I'm going to show you. And the first method is the most common one, and this is the burrito wrap. And you start out with a swaddling blanket, not a receiving blanket, a swaddling blanket. Receiving blankets are too small to swaddle pretty much anything but a preemie. So you're going to fold your corner down and you're going to make it look like a Superman emblem, like this, or like a diamond. And you put your baby, put the neck so that it sits back here on the edge. And this is going to provide the basis for their neck support. So in the first wrap, the burrito wrap, you bring your first pass over, making sure the baby's arms are snug. Turn him over and secure this snugly across his back. Lay him down. Your next pass, you start at the bottom. You're going to pull it up, and some people like to bend it down and tuck it under this little corner, but I like to wrap it around the back here and the baby's left shoulder to give extra reinforcement. And then your last pass is 2 parts. One, you start up here, and you bring this corner down and you're going to hold it. Okay, this secures their neck. Then you take the rest of it here at this corner and you make a swift stroke like that. You bring it across. You bring it across his back like that, and then you can tuck it in just like so. And here we can see that there is no, you can look here, there's no real pressure here on the baby's trachea. It's just supporting his neck right here. So this is the burrito wrap. This is the most common way to swaddle. Now the drawback with this is that the baby's head is not covered, which is a problem because they lose quite a bit of heat from their heads frequently. So you'll want to put, of course, a hat on them, especially if they're a neonate. Now the second way of swaddling I'm going to show you, because I found that especially with brand new neonates who have been birthed in the standard way, their little heads are squished frequently. They've got what's called molding. It makes them a little cone head. And it looks kind of cute, and it shifts out and recenters itself in anywhere between a few days to a few weeks, and then you're okay. However, the molding of the head poses a little bit of problem when you're trying to keep their hat on and keep them warm. So the second way that I'm going to show you is a way to keep their hat on. And what you do, you start again with your standard swaddling blanket, and instead of folding it down, making your Superman, you're going to leave this part up. And right here, we're going to assume here, we're going to pretend that baby has a really big cone head and that you've got a hat on there, but it just won't stay. So the way we do this one is your first pass is the same as the burrito wrap, pretty much. You're leaving this down here. You bring this back behind his back and secure it. The second pass down here, the bottom fold, is the same. You bring that one up, tuck it either in the first fold or back around behind his neck, and this is where it changes. In order to keep the hat on here, we will start back here and pull the blanket over his head like this to keep the hat on. And you can tuck it or fold it down in here. And then you start back here with your last pass, pinch it right there at the neck, and then make your pass and bring it around snugly for him. And this way, let me tuck that in right there. And this way, the baby's staying warm, he's staying swaddled, and he's got a little hood to keep his hat from sliding off. And in this method, you only have one sheet, one layer here over the head. So that way you can keep the hat on, but it's not like it's too much. Now the third way that I'm going to show you to swaddle is especially nice if you are in a situation and you don't have a hat for a baby. And the way that this one is done, this is commonly called the Mother Teresa wrap. You start with your standard swaddling Superman emblem here. Bring that over there. And instead of setting the baby's neck on the back crease, you're going to set his head in the front on this triangle. And what you do here is you grab the back and you make a hood like this. You're going to pull it down right here next to his cheek and his neck, and you're going to fold like this, okay? So you're going to fold, and your first pass is the same. Fold it securely here around his back. Second pass, you pull down from the bottom, tuck that in, and then finally re-pinch down here, fold over, and then bring the tail end up and around. And then you will tuck the corner in just like that. And this way, as you can see, there is no pressure here on the trachea. There is no pressure on the baby. He can breathe just fine. He has 2 layers around his head to keep him nice and warm, and the rest of his body is very well swaddled. So today we have seen in this vid our 3 ways to swaddle baby, and I hope it's been helpful for you. So for now, the Patriot Nurse signing off. See y'all later. Bye.